politics to a different type of story, and the United Nations indicates that 9 million people, including 3 million children, die of starvation every year. This translates to slightly above 24,000 deaths daily. Now, 4 young innovators from Kabarak University in Nakuru have come up with a solution to end world hunger by converting grass into edible starch. This has already produced flour that can be used to make ugali and porridge. NTV's Ruth Samwe tells us more.
Yes, you have this.
24-year-old Faith Wandia, a master student of business administration in finance, is the brains behind this project that seeks to end world hunger.
About 9 million people die yearly due to hunger, 3.1 million of them being children. That means 24,000 people are dying daily and 1,000 people per hour.
Her team, comprising of 3 others, Bahati Innocent, a student of clinical medicine, Salome Njeri, studying economics, and Edgar Ruto, a student of computer science, started researching the project in 2020. The breakthrough came in 2022.
At first, we were doing trial and error. We were trying to see what will work. So you end up using a lot of funds because you may try first, it doesn't work. Maybe you end up having glucose instead of having starch. You start again by now purchasing the enzymes again. Yeah, and also mentioning that also shipping costs, they are really high.
The 4 opted to venture into converting cellulose, which is abundant in grass, from one chemical form to another to make it safe for human consumption. They say the reason for opting to use grass is that it grows on 50 to 60% of the total surface area of the earth.
So human beings can't digest grass because we don't have the enzyme cellulose in our gastrointestinal tract. And since we don't have that enzyme, we can't break down cellulose in grass, which is the main thing in the grass.
The type of grass they use is Bermuda and ryegrass because it is drought resistant and it takes just 2.5 months to mature.
You harvest the grass. After harvesting the grass, you wash it to remove any contamination. After doing that, we dry it depending on what source you want to use. You might use the sun or even electric to dry it. After drying it is when we grind it into becoming a powder that we call cellulose powder. That cellulose powder is where now we add our enzymes, which are used to break down now the cellulose into becoming starch.
We have the necessary temperature, necessary pressure, necessary conditions for the reaction to occur. The grass itself is already at the ideal state in which it can now react. We add distilled water and add the necessary enzymes, and it's converted now to amylose, the starch that is almost the same as the one in maize. The texture is the same, the smell is the same.
Once the reaction is complete, the resulting product has to pass the iodine test to check for starch.
When I started doing this project, I had goals that I wanted to achieve at the end, of which I have been able to achieve, and I'm excited because I know with this product you're going to save so many lives, and the deaths and the number of people who are going to bed hungry is going to reduce.
We already started the process of protecting the intellectual property. We've already booked and the process with the Kenya Industrial Property Institute, who have taken up the issue. It takes a period of time, but we've already started the process of patenting the product.
According to these innovators, once the project has been approved for commercialization, the cost of production for 1 kilogram of unga will be 23 shillings, with the retail price standing at 35 shillings. The end game is contributing to the United Nations goals in improving health and well-being, reducing hunger, as well as providing decent work and economic growth, among others.
Let's take, for instance, the price of maize flour, which used to retail between 40 to 55 shillings per kilogram last year. This year it's going for about 90 to 120 Kenya shillings per kilogram. That is about over 110% increase. And we're asking ourselves as innovators, will food continue being affordable?
So one way we are going to promote farming of grass, growing of grass and selling it. we shall also go, rather we are going to create employment.
They also seek to reduce the percentage of people going to bed hungry from 10%, that is 900 million globally, to 3%, which translates to 70 million people by 2030.
I'll encourage other innovators and friends or partners who are interested in innovation. They are welcome. We will receive or accept any kind of support that will facilitate us achieve the overall goal. So far, the university has also come in handy to provide this platform for our innovators.
This innovation comes amidst a hot national debate on the consumption of genetically modified foods.
Some people may be concerned and ask, are these genetically modified organisms that is in form of, let's say, the plants or the end product? But I can say no. This isn't GMO. It is simply a chemical that has been transformed from one form to another.
From the farm to the lab, where it has been tried and tested that it is fit for human consumption, and finally to our plates. But the only remaining part is approval from the Kenya Bureau of Standards before it is rolled out for mass production. I have to test it. Oops. Actually, it tastes like ugali. Ruth Sarmoi, NTV.